Woo! Monday evening. Who said designers have no fun?
Come on now. Cheers!
Cheers! Hello guys and welcome back to another Design Talk episode. Today I'm joined by Aoife, the founder and creator of StyleSoSimple. Aoife, I am so excited about this. Like literally, how did we even connect on Instagram?
I actually don't know.
I came across you somewhere or another anyway, and I thought this is cool. Yeah, I think I started reacting to your stories or commenting on your posts. I think that's what it was. Because I thought because I was reading your bio and I was Ireland's first for online interior design, and I was that's cool. So then I wanted to see what you meant by that, and I was doing kind of projects on the internet, kind of doing concept boards and floor layouts for clients.
Yeah.
I thought that was a genius idea. I was that is so smart. You can literally do it from home.
And then we all ended up getting stuck at home.
Yeah,
It's definitely something that, when I started it was 2017, and everyone was that's not going to work. You can't do that. But I don't know if you work in an architect's firm or whatnot, but if you're in a fit-out company or anything like that, most of the projects you're doing are, especially at the end of the recession when I first came out, you're not working on projects in Ireland, you're working on projects in Dubai or America or so and these are projects where they're really bespoke items and stuff. And I was okay, if this works with this, it obviously works with a room design, and America and Australia had loads of online interior design companies, and Ireland had zero, none.
Because even when I was in Leaving Cert researching interior design companies to maybe work for one day, it was there's only maybe 5 I could find that were legit design companies.
But I think with the lockdown now, there's everyone's gone the online route. We have to.
And when did you start when did you start up StyleSoSimple?
2017.
No, it's not even that long.
No, it's not. Before that, then I worked in different fit out companies and everything. But yeah, that's when I started, 2017.
Nice. And this has been a whirlwind ever since.
Yeah, the first year was I was actually living in Spain when I started it. Myself and Barry had moved.
Rewind. What were you doing in Spain?
So my fiance is a pilot. His training was in Madrid, and so I was obviously I want to go to Madrid.
Yeah.
And I had been thinking about doing this, going out by myself or going out on my own for about a year. And it was actually the woman, my boss, the owner of the company that I was working for, pushed me to do it. Not pushed me as in fired me, but she was if you want,
just go do it.
Yeah, she was if you want to do it, just you have to do it. You can't keep talking.
Oh, that was very nice.
Yeah, oh my God, she's amazing.
Yeah.
So I did, and I started it when we were living in Spain, and I was working on obviously clients in Ireland and the UK, and one of the first ones was actually in America. It was harder to break, not the Irish people, but getting people used to online design in Ireland. People just didn't trust it or something. So the first year it was quiet. Do you know what I mean? It was more kind of building up Instagram profiles and your presence online. Then from 2019, from then on it got good.
So 2 years. So about 2 years of having to work with a little reward, and then it paid off.
Yeah, the first year was definitely kind of Jesus, is this actually going to work? Do you know what I mean? And then the second and third year, because I still do in-house as well and a bit of commercial, purely because I love commercial.
I've never done a commercial now before.
You can go way more wild.
Really?
Do you know what I mean? You can go way even in I actually love office design, because you can actually I know it sounds so boring, but you can go really quirky with it, and where someone's home, it's their home.
Yeah.
So you have to obviously take into account that it's their personal style, and you can't just be putting like a purple wall somewhere or something if it's not something they want to live with.
Oh, exactly.
So yeah.
I want to go back further. I want to go through your whole career history.
Okay, so where do you want to go back to? Tell me.
College.
College. Okay, so I studied first of all in Cork in St. John's, so it was a PLC course.
Cool.
Where did you study?
I studied in Sligo.
Oh my god, I was looking at because they were like the only place that was doing the masters in interior architecture.
Yes.
So I was looking at that before setting up on my own. I was kind of like, will I go back and do like a master's or something? And Sligo it's a great course. They're really, really good there. I think they were like the only masters in interior architecture, maybe apart from Griffith or something.
Yeah, because I remember myself when I was going looking for them, it was only really Sligo or Dublin for like interior architecture and design. And Sligo's closer, and Griffith is a private college, so.
Like the only masters I could see was Sligo, where it wouldn't be super expensive and stuff. But anyway, so I started in a PLC college, and the reason I actually did that course is because in school, like I loved art and stuff like that, but I hated everything else. Like I loved woodwork, art. Literally, I did not like it. I liked history because like I liked learning about it, but I didn't like learning the dates and stuff.
The boring side of it.
The actual stuff that you need for the exams. And my career guidance teacher, like I think loads of people in Ireland complain about them, but the one I had was just brilliant. He was like, what are you going to do in college? And I was like, oh, I'm not going. He was like, why? And I was like, because sure, what am I going to do? I'm not going to do any like counting or anything like that. And he was like, why not? And I was like, well, I'd like to do something in art, but I also, if I'm going to go study, I want to be able to make money out of it. But not that you can't make money out of like fine art or something. I just knew I don't have like that crazy passion for fine art, you know what I mean? So he actually found the course for me in St. John's and was like, I had no idea what interior design, like
that was so nice of him.
He was incredible. So I went in, and from being in school where I did awful, so bad, like it drove my teachers mental because I just preferred to be like out not in school than in school. And then went into this course and it changes from getting like C's and D's to getting like A's and B's.
Wow.
Like, I loved it. Like, so I did the 3 years there, and then I did my last year, the degree year in Teesside in the UK, which was always also really, really good. The course in Cork was a PLC course, so to do your degree, you go over to the UK.
Okay, that was in interior architecture, the PLC.
No, the PLC, like I think with the PLCs, there's like a lot of different, like what is it? You do like your level 6, your level 7. You do a lot of different ones. And so either the second year or the last year, you go into, I guess, subjects that you're either going to go into interior architecture or interior design.
Okay.
And then when I was in it was interior architecture, interior design. And I purely went for interior architecture because a girl in college, I was like, I don't want to be interior architecture though, I want to be like an interior designer. And she was like, they are basically the same thing, but interior architecture is not in a bad way, but like it's just, I don't know how to say it. It looks more like...
It looks better. It sounds better. You know, I think it's like, you're qualified to say, oh yeah, knock that wall.
Yeah, so it has like interior designers do that all. Do you know?
Yeah, it's
qualified to do it. Like on any site, there's usually going to be an engineer or an architect that you're going to like ask first. Anyway, I do anyway.
Yeah, oh yeah. Knock that wall. The whole house comes down.
It's super minimal in the difference, like maybe some TG drawings or something. So I just went with interior architecture. When I was in Teesside, went over to Teesside, did that year, then came back to Dublin.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what did you do in Dublin? Did you start working then, or?
So when I came back to Dublin, it was the very end of the recession. So like I hate when people say there was no jobs, but like in interior design, there was actually nothing. So my first
that would make sense because like interior design is more of a luxury service. So-
Like, honestly, like people like graduating now, I'm like, you have no idea how lucky you are, because you couldn't even get a free internship. Like, not
What?
even. Oh my God! Like, not even, like, honestly,
Oh
there
my
really
God.
was. Yeah, and you had no option. You had to go to Dublin, or else it was London or whatever. Like, you couldn't work around Cork or anything
Galway
like
or...
it. Definitely not. Like, yeah, it's there was really nothing. So I ended up taking a free internship in Dublin, and it ended up me just making coffees and stuff like that. So I left.
Very, very rewarding. That's exactly what you want to be doing after just doing a whole degree.
Like, as in, but the one thing it taught me was that when I'm taking interns, that like they're going to get like quality
Experience.
Yeah, like, as in, because it like irked me so much. It was so annoying to know.
Oh, that would be so annoying. Oh my God, that's so annoying.
But that's what most back in 2012, that's what most designers coming out of college were doing. They either weren't doing interior architecture or interior design, moving maybe to Australia or doing internships like that. So I actually went down the retail route and went into different design stores in like Arnott's and stuff like that. Yeah, so like a bit of visual merchandising. And I actually loved visual merchandising, because you can be every day you're being creative doing something.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And photographing some of the spaces and stuff. Then after about, I think it was either just over a year or like just under, I got a job in a fit out company doing office design.
Ooh, okay, that's where love comes from.
yeah, love it, like. And when I went in first, I was like, oh God, this could be kind of boring. But it was just at the start then, when people kind of wanted this like Google-esque office. And we worked on, and that was so fun. Like, and we
I'd
worked
say it's
on
like a playpen.
yeah, exactly. Like, and then the whole, like, you kind of started getting into the psychology. It sounds bad, but like I said, making people want to stay and work longer and stuff. And I'd like to make people, but I found that so interesting.
yeah.
Like basically you can use like a crazy, like, I'm not, maybe not lime green, but like crazy colors that you would not use in your home. Do you know what I mean? So I stayed in that for like, so I did maternity leave there first, and then I went back to visual merchandising, and then I went back to them again, and I stayed with them from a junior to a senior interior architect, and then I started up StyleSoSimple.
Wow. God, it's a very exciting career path then.
Maybe when I say it out loud like that, but like it was like you'll be doing it in the next few years as well. It's the standard interior design thing.
I know, but like you've had a lot of experience in different avenues of design before starting your own business.
No, yeah, because there was actually a kitchen company that I worked in that was thrown in there for a while as well. But that was purely because, like, anytime there was, like, I was constantly checking design jobs on, like, Indeed and all that. And any one would come up, I would go for it, like, as an interview and see how I got on or whatnot. So, yeah, maybe it was a bit flaky on my part as well. But I am glad I did it, because when I was in the kitchen company, I decided I definitely didn't want to work in residential. I way preferred the commercial, and then when I was in the commercial, I was like, oh, it's actually really nice when you're doing someone's home for them too. Just
a mix.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I'm happy I got to try all of them, but it was purely that I was just going for what jobs were there. Do you know what I mean? I had this like array of loads of jobs coming to me. It was like, okay, this is the only one. Go for it.
Because they're hard to find design jobs, like, because realistically most of them are taken. Yeah, they are. Like, it's so hard to find them, so you just have to kind of take what you get, really, until you kind of slot into somewhere where you're like, okay, I like this.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, no, definitely. And it totally makes a difference as well in the work environment and stuff. Like, as in, like the boss I was talking about that was like, if you have to do, like, go and do this yourself if you really want to or whatnot. Like, the work environment in there was mental, because it was a fit out company, really, really quick and stuff. But like, it was because it was a smaller company as well, they sent me over to the States for like 2 months on a co-working
What?
space. Yeah, so like I
Wow,
got
that's cool.
yeah, it was really, really cool. So there was a bit of project management kind of well, trying to do it anyway or whatnot, but I think like that as well is because it was a smaller company. Do you know what I mean? But I'm delighted that I was in that company then in one of the bigger ones where I would have been kind of pigeonholed.
Yeah,
You know what I
and
mean?
just
Is that
a
the right
number.
word? Pigeonholed? Yeah.
Yeah, just a number.
Yeah, kind of. Like you could have been one day doing your CAD drawings or whatever, but then you would have been presenting the next day, or you could have been on site the next day
Ooh,
with
yeah.
like lads and stuff like that. And the owner would have been there as well doing it, and you know, she could have been in like her heels walking in or whatever. Like in terms of grafting and just working to get the job done, it was really good to learn that.
And did you have a client base worked up before you eventually started StyleSoSimple, or?
Not really, no, because when I in terms of, let's say, tradesmen in the Dublin area, yes, but when I was leaving, I was going from commercial to residential, so it was completely different.
Yeah.
So that's why, like, let's say the first year, it really was about kind of, I don't know, is it like self-marketing or something, and trying to get it online that people could find me. Do you know the way you were saying about like, as in, do you leave with clients or whatnot, which I think in residential you can do so more. But I think one of the most important things, not leaving with, but that you can kind of share with companies that you're working with, is tradesmen. Like, because your design is worth nothing if you don't have a good tradesman.
Yeah, very true. Yeah.
Like they are like, as in, like the core of it, do you know? Because your designs can look amazing on Photoshop or on SketchUp or something, but if you don't have someone that is really going to do the detail there,
it's so hard to find like someone who cares enough to, you know, spend extra hour or two to get that curve right, or to chase the walls properly. Like it's
yeah. I think that's probably maybe like this year I've kind of found the tradespeople that I like working with that I know are really, really good, and that has taken years. Like that,
because you have to experiment with a few as well, just to kind of see.
Yeah, because everyone can promise like the world, but then on site it can be a different thing. And as well, the last thing you want to do is be over. Well, constantly, which like I do that.
But that's what the job is, you know. It's your job to make sure that it's done perfectly.
Yeah, totally, because they're not going to, at the end of the day, the interiors is what people are going to
it's not
see
like,
at the end.
Who painted that wall a bit funny there?
Or like if an engineer has put something somewhere, it won't be, it's down to you, like why that's there, or why it's not like looking great. But the future of StyleSoSimple. Okay, so when I first started StyleSoSimple, one of the main things I wanted to do was, first of all, have a platform that obviously clients could access good quality trained interior designers from anywhere in Ireland and the world.
Wow. That's cool.
Yeah. I lived in Dublin. I liked Dublin, but I was also a bit resentful that I had to live in Dublin, and my only other option was London, which love London, but I was like, on a designer's wage, no, I don't want to live there. Do you know what I mean? So I wanted to set up a company where not just that the client is getting huge benefits from it, but young designers coming out of college can have a platform where they can have their own designs and they can work with clients, because that's another thing when you leave a design firm. Every design you've worked on is not yours. You can't, and even with my great friend and stuff, she's like, you're not putting those designs on your website as yours. Those are our designs. You participated. You know what I mean? And she's dead right. That's her product. You know what I mean? So I wanted it that, like, it's in that the designers coming out of college could work with clients and actually have their own portfolio building.
Nice. Yeah.
Just experience is really important. Your portfolio is everything.
Oh my god, everything. Like if you can't show what you can do, I mean, it's all good explaining it and all, but if you can't show it,
it has to keep changing. Like I think most interior designers now, like as in we can't get photos of things that we've done, which is like, oh my god, it's like gives me anxiety, you know. You have to show that you're working and you're doing things. So I have promised myself this year that I will get other designers on board, that on the online aspect, the commercial side, I'm very happy being solo with it. I really like doing it.
Yeah.
With the online aspect, I wanted to build that it's a platform for both clients and designers that they can work. I think over 90% of the online clients come from Instagram, because there's obviously a trust built there through. Yeah, they can see kind of, I guess, what my style is and stuff, and they'll go, okay, I do want her to design my home or whatnot. So I'd see it as a portal, but then going onto the website, there'd be different designers there that clients can choose from.
Very cool.
That like designers, like not even young designers, but designers they don't have to be in a major city to be able to do their craft.
Yeah.
And that their work that they're doing is theirs. Do you know what I mean?
So they're not working for a firm, doing all these projects with the firm, then leaving to start their own practice, starting from zero again. Yeah, that makes sense.
It's their like Barry's always saying to me, he's like, you do realize you're just going to train up a load of designers and they're going to leave. And I'm like, yeah, but that's exactly what I did. That's what every designer does. And then some don't. Some want to stay within a company, others want to go off. But like, are you going to begrudge people that want to go off and maybe do better? I'm not.
No,
Yeah. Like, with the online design as well, it's definitely more so geared towards people kind of like myself and Barry, and people who are a lot of first-time buyers that like they want to be able to purchase the items themselves. So like if you're in-house, you're there to the end and you're purchasing the items with them, and you are going into the very end of the styling. Whereas the online package is basically you get your designs, and the final thing you get is your shopping list. So it has all the links to all the products within your designs, and it works both ways. So basically for clients it's good because there's no pressure to buy like right there and then. They've just moved in and they're like house rich, but like financially they're waiting to do room by room. They have the choice, they can do that. So every so often you get a project, you're like, oh my god, I really want to photograph that or whatnot. So like with the online clients, I've linked up with a few and I've just been like, look, I really like this project, but it is finished. Do you want to do a styling day and then get photos? Do you know? So people could have the option to do that if they want. But I think more so now it's the online packages I have them booked up till May, which is ridiculous.
Wow, well done.
Thanks. To get people in.
Like everyone.
It's more to get designers in that they can that we can start working on more packages, really, you know? And then there is kind of, I guess, is it a conflict or what? Like, I am kind of in the stage where I'm like, do I want you know, you have your own style, I have my own style, and I feel like people go to StyleSoSimple because they've seen my style. That's a lot of stuff in one sentence.
It's style. You wouldn't want to have a lisp.
Designers have to be kind of more towards that style, or do they just be like completely their own style? I don't know.
I think it's interesting because I think you have to do a few projects to kind of figure out what kind of style you have and what kind of style you like. So I think that will be something as well. You have to kind of play it by ear because they might start off having a similar style to you, but then you start doing more projects and they start, when you're more exposed to different like shops and people and styles, you start to kind of, go in closer with your own kind of stamp.
No, I totally agree with that. Like it's probably only been this year that I've realized kind of where I can narrow down what my style is. Like before, I would have been like, I don't know.
I have no idea. I'm like, I don't know what my style is.
I don't want to. I think I know, but like it's very hard to narrow down what style, like, because you're looking at stuff so much. Like, do you know the Weber style chairs? Like, I'm like,
I love them. Yeah.
They're amazing. But then when I look at anything else I've done, I'm like, they don't link into any kind of style that I have, but I know I really like them. Do you know what I mean?
It's hard. Like, design can't be defined. Like, it's so hard to kind of.
No.
because it's always evolving. Like what you like now in 10 years time is going to be so different, which is what I find so exciting about design.
That it's always changing. Yeah, like I think my first like proper end of year project I did in college was like on pop art, and there was a lot of red going on.
I done a project on pop art.
But I can't imagine ever like doing something in it now. Like I don't know. Like
yeah, it's definitely like that. That's a very specific style.
Very. That commercial can be really fun. Like if you think like hairdressers and stuff, you can go like really girly and brass and pink and stuff. Whereas if you're
that hairdressers you done actually was gorgeous.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I really like that one. Yeah.
I really want to get like photos of that space as well. Thank you.
Also, that restaurant you done was gorgeous as well. You know, the kind of tufted kind of booth.
Oh, the Kingdom. That was the first commercial I did on my own. So
really,
that's like,
it's really well done.
Like I go in and I'm just kind of like, I know this is your place, but I do kind of feel like it's mine.
Yeah, it's your baby.
I still chat to the manager like on Instagram and everything. And
really?
like that. Yeah, like,
so that's amazing as well. You build up so many amazing relationships.
I do, because at the end, like it's their baby as well.
Yeah.
Though it's still more mine, because it was the manager and the chef. They were boyfriend and girlfriend, so it was the first restaurant.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's like a romantic movie.
They know, and they're incredible. The two of them, like they're like just crazy workers, like as in I would fall asleep halfway through. It was really cool to see it then like open and like be there first as well, if that makes sense.
So that's the future of StyleSoSimple then.
Hopefully, yeah, I think I explained it right, but it's somewhere on those lines. Oh, I'm waking up. Hi. He's like so fed up. He's just
he's not here for it.
He's not.
Oh, you're so cute.
Isn't he the cutest little thing ever?
He's so cute.
He's actually so evil sometimes. Like,
is he?
Oh my god.
Anyway, trends. Yeah, they're funny, like, because I don't think people should follow them. Like, you shouldn't like live your life religiously to them. Like, say if I know green's having a really strong moment the past year, I don't think you should stop using green when the trend dies just because it's not trendy anymore. I think if you like a color or you like a style, you know, you should always use it, like, because at the end of the day it's your home. You have to go into that living room every day.
Yeah, and that's the whole thing, I think, with designing people's homes. It's their home. Like, they have to, you know, like it. They have to love it, like, you know, and love what's going into it. But yeah, living religiously by trends, that's like, you may as well like pick up like a West Elm book or something and just get everything from that one place.
Yeah,
you know?
West Elm is so nice.
It's so nice, it is. But like, I think the whole thing with having a designer is that like they're going to look at an overall home or room, the person that's there, and then kind of knowing your product and knowing what's out there that'll work for them.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because remember when like everything was like grey for ages, and everyone then was like, I hate grey, and I was like, well, no, like that like, you don't hate, like, you can't hate grey.
Yeah, what has grey ever done to you?
It works. But we've just seen it a lot because it was trending and everyone started using it. Like, as in, like, do you know those pampas plants? Like, I do love them, but like, I don't think I can look at them anymore because they're everywhere now. Like,
yeah, they are everywhere. I wasn't a big fan of the pampas grass now myself anyway. I prefer green.
But no, I do. I like greens and stuff like that. But like, it's just from seeing it everywhere.
Yeah.
Now I'm like,
it was very that kind of Scandinavian, like minimalism kind of style, which is very nice.
It is fab, like, but it's just such a, like, I guess that's kind of like an Instagram trend.
Yeah,
everyone
definitely,
has been doing it with the fucking hairdryer and stuff, and I'm just like, oh. I'd be kind of big on trying to, not for every kitchen, but like looking more at, let's say, brass or black handles as opposed to chrome or even champagne handles, something that's just a little bit more, like, I think elevated in terms of design. And everyone's always like, oh, is that trending though? And I'm like, no, that's not trending. Brass handles have been around forever.
I love brass,
So bad, like, you know? But people would see that as a trend. But like, it's not. It's a style that's trending in Ireland currently.
Yeah.
But like,
that's a good way of looking at it. Yeah, because Ireland does be behind a lot of times with the
people are only going on now about Studio McGee and Shane McGee in Ireland because of Netflix, but sure, she's been around from when I was in college. Like, I was like looking and like lusting over everything she was doing. She's been around for like years, you know?
Yeah, because I remember watching her on YouTube.
Yeah, she's such a good YouTube channel, like, you know? So like, I can guarantee that there's going to be more of like, what's her kind of like modern farmhouse kind of look.
But like, it's so funny because that has like, that's becoming really popular, but that was really popular like 2 years ago. I remember it like being everywhere, and now it's starting to kind of be popular here now.
Yeah, exactly. No, like, because like Ireland with trends, I think it's a good thing that it kind of the trends don't come in so quick with Ireland, and I don't think that's a bad thing at all. Like, I think that's like, it's good, but I guaranteed you'll start seeing a lot of things, which I'm delighted about because I absolutely love her. Like, I love her style and stuff. Because at the moment now it's like, what, navies and greens are like huge.
I love green. I know even Ashen and Cloud.
Oh my god, she's fantastic.
Fantastic. Like, oh my god, like, I love her home. Love it.
It's gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
It's
her kitchen, like, I get all the time. Everyone, like, so many people come in with pictures of her kitchen. And I was the island in the middle with the
it's so stunning. Even the she's like a really cute the splashback coming up, and then as the shelf.
Yeah, I love that.
But she's a great eye. Like, she's an incredible designer, like, you know.
Yeah.
But that needs to be as well in the kitchen. So like, that's totally like, it's trending at the moment in Ireland, but guaranteed she's like gonna love that forever, because
such a classic color. But even in fashion, it's such a big color for years, decades, centuries.
It totally, like, if you're doing something big in your home, I wouldn't do what's trending. I do what you love. Like, that was kind of something that was fun with the apartment, because it's our apartment that we're renting, and it's not like our forever home or whatnot. I've gone quirkier than what I usually would.
Yeah, because it's not permanent.
Yeah, totally. Like, the one thing I do know is that I like the core items to be quite classic.
Yeah.
You know, that, like, as in, they're not going to date, you're not going to kind of get sick of. Like, as in, I love, and like, I think it's so sad in all the new builds, like, I love really ornate coving.
I love coving. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Like,
and like the kind
like
of where the ceiling light is, the kind of stucco. Oh yeah, I love that. Oh my goodness.
And they're like super traditional, but that mixed with like your Weber chair or something.
Yeah. We're speaking the same language. Like, honestly, like, I have the exact image in my head of what you're talking about as well. What's a piece of advice you'd give to someone starting off their interior design journey or design journey?
So I can only kind of go from what it was like with mine, and I think the first few years were quite hard to find where, like, a design job you really liked. So just to keep going with it. And actually, a piece of advice that my cousin gave me when I was in my 20s, because I had left a job and I was like, oh my god, it's so hard to get like good interior design jobs, was that in your 20s as a designer, you're going to struggle a lot more than your friends that are lawyers, accountants, doctors, bankers, or whatever. But in your 30s, you are going to be the one that loves your career and really, really likes your day-to-day job, whereas those people usually don't. So keep going with it. Yeah, because designers don't, especially at the start, get paid all that much.
True.
And it's hard you have to graft to, like, so many people come out of design courses and don't do it because it's really, really hard to do it, basically, and get like good work and everything in it. But just to keep at it, because by the time you're in your 30s, you'll be doing a job that you love. that does pay well. And like I see it now when I'm chatting to friends and stuff like that. Like I love my job, like I love doing it. But in my 20s, I was always the one that was broke.
Yeah.
I feel like as well, young designers can be kind of used quite a bit because, well, I'm not saying you in particular, but young designers in general don't know their worth and don't know like this idea that they have is so worth something. Do you know what I mean? So they'll underprice themselves and they'll work crazy hours for not enough money and work really, really hard. And
see, I think you need to know your value though as well. Like, there's no fear of me overworking myself. I can assure you that.
Yeah, but that's it. Like, isn't it? Took me a long time to learn like what my value was totally. Like, because you get kind of scared saying like these numbers that you think are huge or what. But yeah, just to keep working at it. And I think it's really sad when you hear people that like or hear of designers that did do the course and they're absolutely fantastic, but then they left it because it just was too much of a struggle at the start. So I just say keep going with it because it'll work out good and it's worth it because it's like such a nice job.
Well, thank you, Aoife.
Oh, you're so welcome.
Don't forget to follow Aoife on Instagram. She's building a really amazing business over there, so you don't want to miss anything. And you do amazing. Like, honestly, I don't think there's anyone else who does it as good as you do it. You know, the how to hang your art prints, rug placement, like you get
so much. That's so nice.
But you get every single detail in there without over explaining it, if that makes sense.
Oh my god, I'm
like
glad that this is recorded.
Using it now.
No, bye. Thanks for watching. I hope you didn't mind the crazy hair and no makeup. Hopefully James will get a nice filter.
You have no makeup on?
I have like a tiny bit of makeup on. It's like
oh my goodness, Aoife, you're so pretty.
Thank you very much.
You are, like, oh my god, your skin is like amazing.
You haven't seen the video yet. I'll send it to you, okay?
I really hope you enjoyed this. Please don't forget to follow Aoife on Instagram and leave any questions you have for me or for Aoife down in the comments, because Aoife will also be checking to see and we'll get back to you. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.